Hello, and welcome to Pisces Moon Astrology. I'm your astrologer, Kate Leonard, and I'm excited to explore the stars with you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the astrology of August 9th through August 15th. And you know what that means. It's the week of the eclipse. Oh my goodness. Get ready. All right. So we all made it through Lion's Gate. We're actually still in the portal as I'm recording this, and probably as you're hearing this. So if you haven't set all your intentions and done your manifestation, get on that. It's Lion's Gate portal, but that's not what I'm going to be talking about. And I am sorry, I meant to do a separate episode on that, and life has been a lot as we've been approaching this eclipse. This is a big one, y'all. So I'm going to get right to it. First, let me thank you all for being here. I am going to do the sign by sign, so make sure you stick around for the whole episode. And yeah, just thank you all. And if you don't mind going in and giving me a great rating, sharing on your social media, spreading the news, I would be super grateful. But no matter what, I'm just glad you're here. And yeah, we've got the eclipse. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the sky right now. I'm going to give it to you, some of the biggies, like really, really fast. On the 10th, we've got Venus in Libra trining Pluto in Aquarius. So big, powerful love coming up. Also on the 10th, we've got Venus opposing Neptune. So you're probably going to be feeling a thing about like, I am no longer wanting to listen to your BS, but it may also just be like, you know what? I'm taking off the rose-colored glasses. I want to see love the way it really is. I want to experience the truth of it. On the 11th, we've got Mars trining the North Node of Destiny. So that's going to be just a big wallop of fate coming your way. Energized new projects, getting inspired or having ideas presented to you for new projects to begin. It's very, very big. Also on the 11th, we've got Mercury opposing Pluto. This is ideas about power and standing in your power. Also on the 11th, we've got Mercury trining Neptune. That's creative inspiration. On the 11th, we've got Venus trining Uranus. Get ready for unexpected love, right? Rebel love. Flirtations or proposals or whatever it is, meetings that come out of the blue, unexpected. I love that one a lot. And then on the 15th, we've got Mercury. That's our minds, our ideas, our thoughts, our communication, contracts, business dealings, conjunct Jupiter, the greater benefic. And this is just a few days after the eclipse, you all. So this is very, very big. This is all happening in Leo. This is expansive, big ideas coming at us, okay? So it's a lot. As you can see, it is a very, very big week. But the biggest thing of all is a total solar eclipse in Leo. Leo is the sun's sign. So this is gigantic. On top of that, this is our first Leo eclipse. You know, the nodes are just now switching axes. And so this is very, very big. The other thing I want you to keep in mind, this is a south node eclipse. So this has something to do with letting go, faded endings, fading culminations, so that you can begin anew. So let's get into all of this because there's a lot to break down. All right. So as I've already said, it is a total solar eclipse. That's new moon energy. Think new moon on steroids. So yes, we are going to be letting go of something. And this is karmic. This is fate. Something needs to go. We need to release something so that we can have this giant new moon beginning, new moon on steroids, some new chapter of our lives. We've also got Jupiter, the greater benefic, the guy who expands things and makes them big and brings luck. Also there, we've got Mercury in the house, so this could be intellectual, this could be new ideas, new business, all of this stuff, new ways of communicating. It is so gigantic what is happening during this eclipse, but think new moon on steroids. This is a beginning. Think letting go of something so that you can begin this new, faded, whatever it is, right? So an eclipse is like a kick in the pants from the cosmos. They're connected to the nodes. So destiny, karma, fate. Now, we've got to think about it. The sun is in Leo, in rulership. What is Leo? Leadership, standing in the spotlight, taking center stage in some way, leadership, right? But for this day on the 12th, the sun is eclipsed. So the sun goes dark. This is a piece people forget, right? The sun is going dark on this day. What does that mean? We need to see with our intuition. This is not the day that it's just going to be out there front and center, well lit up, right? That's going to come. That's going to come. An eclipse doesn't stay dark, right? But there is going to be this opportunity that if you are willing to see with your third eye, your psychic vision, your intuition, your gut instincts. Remember, the moon is also instincts, right? If you're willing to let yourself see in that other way, that deeper truth, that inner vision, this is going to be profound. This is going to be profound. And we're going to be able to step into some new leadership star role. What do you have to let go of? Your intuition is going to tell you what that is. You're going to be like, you know what? I've been clinging to something. I want to be a leader, but I thought I've always seen it this particular way. And now I'm feeling that I need to let go of that old vision and reimagine the kind of leader I want to be, what area of life I want to lead in, how I want to actually manifest this, right? The North Node is in Aquarius. Aquarius is the people, it's community, it's society, it's us in groups. If you are someone who is looking for fame and recognition just for that, just because you should adore me, see me, and that's all it's about, me, that is not it. That's not the thing, because the North Node, where we're supposed to grow, it's over in Aquarius. So how do I let go of this sense of being a leader because I want to be adored as the leader or whatever? You get my point, right? And how do I lead in a way that I'm bringing value to my community, to society, to the world? All right? It's a shift in perspective, and you're going to feel it. And you're going to get a kick in the pants because eclipses ain't subtle. You know what I'm saying? And generally, you're probably already feeling it, because I always say that eclipses are felt most intensely as we're heading into them. So like the week or two before. All right, get ready. Let's do the sign by sign. All right, as I always say, listen for your rising sign. That is who you are, and that is going to be the most accurate reading. If you don't know your rising sign, listen to your sun sign if you're born during the day. Listen to your moon sign if you're born at night. And for the most comprehensive understanding of the energy, listen to all three. Let's start with Aries. All right, Aries, Leo is your fifth house of creativity, leisure, romance, sex, children. All of those areas are fair game, right? Are people going to be getting pregnant at this time? Absolutely. New beginnings in the house of children. I don't really need to spell that out any further, right? So just get ready. You may not be planning it, it may be coming your way anyway. All right. But for most of us, this is going to have to do with living more creatively. How do I step into my creativity in a way that lets me shine? But is there something I do creatively? Now, this artist, writers, all you people, how do you make your message? How do you make your art serve the community? Is it protest art? Is it meditation art? Is there some message that you want to convey that'll help people? If that's not you, you're not an artist, how do you just live in a creative way that isn't just for your own shining, for your own sparkle, right? But to maybe be a role model for others or to show other people how they can live more creative lives, to be an inspiration. That's a kind of leadership too, right? All right, Taurus, this is happening in home and family, and a lot of y'all gonna move. New beginnings in home. And I just have to say that I am a Taurus rising, and I am currently looking for a new house, and I'm getting ready to change states, actually move to another state. So I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, that's what this is going to be for a lot of people. You're going to be moving, or you're going to be completely restructuring the dynamics in your home so that you step into a sort of more leadership position that may be how you're dealing with the people you share your home with, that kind of thing. But yeah, there's going to be some major karmic shakeup in the home and family environment. All right. Gemini, this is happening in your third house of communication and local community. This is also siblings. So some of you may be getting new siblings, or you may be reestablishing relationships with siblings. This is also, though, you may be finding a new role in your community, a leadership role. So maybe you're running for local office. It could be that, getting involved with your school board, because third house is also education. So some kind of new leadership role to help make your community, your local community, bigger, better. I don't know what others. Yeah, bigger and better. All right, for Cancer, this is happening in your second house of money. What do you need to let go of and see differently around issues of money? That's the big question for you. There's no doubt that you are going to have new ideas and new ways of making money, and really maybe making a lot of money with Jupiter there, right? But it's going to come from letting go with some old idea that you've brought through your life. This can even be past life stuff about limitations around money. So, new ideas, new inspiration, and maybe some big old giant money. And if that happens to you, book a reading, right? Hook a girl up. Anyway, well, book a reading anyway, but you know what I'm saying. All right, Leo, this is happening in your first house. This is a total you transformation. What old idea of yourself that is not bright, shiny, not leader like, not star? What vision of yourself or idea of yourself or aspect of yourself do you need to let go of so that you can truly find your way to that leadership position you should be living in? So setting new goals, but this is a big, deep transformation. You come out a stronger, better person on the other end of this. Yeah. Virgo, this is happening in your 12th house, which is very, very interesting because we've got an eclipse when we cannot see the sun happening in Leo, the sign of the sun, in the house of invisibility. So this has a lot to do with psychic development. This has to do with letting go of old fears of being alone, doubts about yourself, feeling like you have to, what's that, hide your light under a bushel? Wasn't there some Sunday school song about that or something? Yeah, this is about really understanding how even if you choose to work behind the scenes, you can still shine. You can still be a leader. How do you do that? You may be someone who plans big things, like you're the person who's the true leader, the true star, but you work behind the scenes. That could very much be what you're all about. And this could be like new ideas, new projects, new ways to do that, and new confidence, letting go of any sense of doubt that it's like, oh, I'm not a real star because I'm always in the background. That is not, that whole myth about there's the front man, but the real power is behind the throne. That's you. I love that. That's cool. All right, Libra. This is happening in your 11th house of friends, tribe, group identity. So again, this is like, what groups, committees, whatever it is, do you need to step into as a leader? Do you need to start a group where you're doing something to, save the whales or something? Do you need to start a group that in some ways adds to the collective, makes your community, however you define community, makes it a better place? Time for you to join that group, establish that group, right? Maybe you need to let go of that idea that, no, I'm not that kind of person. I don't do committees. I don't do leadership groups or whatever. Yeah, now you do. Now you do. This is also a time when you may be really coming into a new understanding of what you want in your friend group, right? Like who are these people, and are they like-minded? This is a new beginning in the area of friend group, and you will probably be meeting new people, maybe because you are going out and participating and joining groups and all of that. It's really, really big, and your tribe will expand. All right, Scorpio, you're easy. This is career. It is time for you to shine, be a star. There's something new coming your way, new beginnings. You got Jupiter and the sun there. I've been calling this the star maker in Leo. And when I say star maker, I mean, I'm a star, that that kind of star, not like twinkle, twinkle, little. You've got Mercury there, so it's going to be a lot of communication. You might be signing contracts. But this is really going to be about letting go of some old idea or some old limitation and really going with your gut, going with your intuition, and stepping into the spotlight. I love it. Excellent. All right, Sagittarius, this is happening in your 9th house of foreign culture and foreign travel, higher education, spirituality, publications, a lot that goes on in the 9th house. But for you, I think this could be stepping into a leadership role in your spiritual community or as a spiritual leader somehow. With Mercury there and the House of Publications, some of you could be writing spiritual books that really catch on fire, or, putting out a spiritual podcast or YouTube thing, something like that, teaching webinars, seminars, whatever on spiritual issues, and you will take off. You will become a star, right? But you're doing it not because you want to be the all-powerful guru, but because you want to help people and you want to help them find, peace, spiritual peace. It's really good, but you'll have to figure out, what are you letting go of? Letting go of like, oh, I couldn't do that. Yeah, you might have to let go of that. All right, Capricorn, this is happening in your 8th house that is primarily about joint finances. So this is like new ways to invest, new ways to save, new ways to move ahead financially so that you end up with that security, that nest egg that you want, right? And this would be a really good time to, make some investments or whatever it is and really shine. What do you need to let go of in the area of joint finances? It is almost always debt. The first job is to get out of debt so that you can start to build wealth. Okay. Now, the other thing this can be about is fear and trauma. So this would be new ways. And with Mercury there, this is like a classic talk therapy kind of deal. But you may find that you are really ready to let go of the almost like the trauma that you brought into this life with you, like old karmic trauma and fear and that kind of stuff that is really just run its course. Time to let it go and have a new beginning in that area and just get a lot more stable and healthy. All right. For Aquarius, this is happening in your seventh house of primary relationships. So this is, what are you letting go? You know what? The classic thing here, this is not most people, but I promise you, I will have some clients that come to me and this is what it's going to be. This is a breakup to make room for a new beginning, and it's faded. This is like ditch the partner that you've had for maybe sometimes even a long time, right? Ditch the partner so that you are available to that karmic soul bond partner, right? Where the eclipses go, that is fate. That's karma. That's like shoving you in the right direction. Okay. And so now the North Node is in your first house. So that means becoming more authentically who you are so that you are available to be a bright, shining star in that relationship. But this is going to be letting go of old ways of being in relationships, all of that. But for a lot of you, it is going to be letting go of old relationships so that you can step into your true love. Now, again, if you're already with your true love, it will be letting go of some outworn ideas about the relationships or outworn ways that you've always related, maybe ruts you've fallen into, so that you can renew your relationship and make it all sparkly, shiny. Okay? Pisces, this is happening in your sixth house of physical health and day-to-day work environment. So for you, this is really a renewal of health. That's what I see for most of you. It's going to be letting go. You may have to look at your diet or your kind of workouts you do, that you are well and truly convinced this is the way I need to eat. I've always done this. I've been on the high protein, high carb, whatever you've been on. And you were just very much convinced that that was the way you should eat. Yeah, you might need to let go of that and look at what is your body craving? This is a really good time because we've got that eclipse energy where we need to rely on the moon. The moon is a significator for the body. What is your body telling you it wants? What are you craving? What is your body saying? I need this, right? I'm craving this. Or have you gotten information from doctors? Mercury's there. Have you received information saying, you're deficient in vitamin D. You need to get out in the sunshine more, or whatever it is, right? Or you've got to get more cardio going. It's really going to be a time of letting go of old structures in that area so that you can bring in new health and vitality. That is how you will shine. Day-to-day work routines, I don't think that's where it's going to hit most people, but it could be that you need to reconsider how you work, where you work, how your office or workspace is set up so that you can work more efficiently and in a way that is more uniquely you so that you can shine brighter at work. But I honestly don't think that's where it's going to hit most people. I think this is going to be physical health. Okay. I know that was a whole lot. I know this is really big energy, but you get it, I think, right? We're letting go of something. We're looking, remember all the way back in January, I said the next year to 2 years, we're going to be about being authentically ourselves, but showing up for community. And I'm talking for most people in real life, not online community. And this is part of it because, yes, we're in the spotlight. Yes, we're leaders. Yes, we're even stars. But we're offering something beyond ourselves to others, to society. All right, that's the key here. This is very fated. It is very powerful. You're probably already feeling it. And I would love to hear from you. Please reach out. Please let me know how this is landing for you. It's such a big time. Anyway, thank you again for being here. And with all of that said, go out and seize the energies of the stars. This is my wish for you always, and I will see you after the eclipse, or maybe I should say I'll see you between eclipses. All right, talk to you later. Bye.